I saw this other video which had a lot of engagement, it was quite interesting. So this gentleman is basically just acting out to say he was bored, and then all of a sudden he got an SMS that he got a payout as a result of his father's death, right? So how many? I mean, we can relate to that, to those who lost their condolences, for those who lost their parents, and then they got either life covers, or they got some pension funds payout. You name them, funds that they were registered as beneficiaries, and then they received them upon their parents' death. So now it got me thinking, because reading at those comments, it was very funny. Those comments, man, I mean, some people are talking about, hey, buy GTI. That's nothing wrong with GTI, but people are saying, hey, travel. Others have got great ideas. And I mean, others are saying, buy property, rent it out. Others say, hey, I'm your friend. Nice to meet you. Long lost, my friend. You know how people are on social media. So it just got me thinking, because there's just so much diverse or far apart ideas about how they are going to use that money if it was them. Others are giving the example. There's another one who said, I regret, I'm so ashamed of myself, I blew up 100,000. Others are saying, my parents left me with nothing, but I love my parents. Others say, no, I would rather have my parents alive than having the payout. So it's different emotions and different perspective and ideas. But it got me thinking to say, let's say you're one of those parents who took a life cover. That should you pass on, money is going to be paid out to their kids, which is good. Let's say you're one of those who made your kids beneficiaries of your provident fund, pension funds, retirement annuity funds, things like that. Let's say you're one of those who have got businesses, and you made, it could even be taxes, it could be anything that you own that generates some form of income, and you made your kids beneficiaries. How sure are you that your kids will be able to take care of that particular inheritance, those inheritances? How sure are you that they're equipped to look after themselves upon your death? Or you don't really spend much time worrying about that part? Because looking at those comments and looking at how diverse people thinkings are, I feel that sometimes we don't spend enough time really thinking and having conversation with our kids, being the potential beneficiaries, about the usage of money and how they should be doing it, because you may find that they're not equipped, and we don't give them the blueprint on how to preserve that money so that they can have a better future. It can enable, that money can enable them to have a better future, because it's all about that. We give inheritances so that those who continue to live beyond us, they can have a better life. I think that is the sense of that, right? They can continue with life in a more conducive environment, because money creates a conducive environment. If they're going to push certain ideology on agenda, or leave education, have a better life with the kids of your kids and generations to generations, that is precisely why we sometimes give money to these people, to better their lives. Now, how often do we sit back and say, I'm making you a beneficiaries of my wealth, but I feel that in order to have control and measures and principles, this is how we should behave as a family, and this is how we should be spending our money. This is how we should be investing this money, and this is why some people consider things like trust, mainly because it allows them to put controls and measures in place to ensure that whoever is the potential beneficiary is not going to blow up this money, right? How many stories can you share with me where you've seen people blowing up the money that they inherited, mainly because they're not equipped? So the guy gives someone pay out of R1 million. They've got no idea. I mean, there were in those comments there was someone else who's 17 years and is about to get 1.5 million when he turns 18. What, like, how many of 18-year-olds are able to manage such kind of large of sum of money? I mean, even adults, they get 100,000, five. I mean, we saw the story where someone lost 800,000 because of dating scam in Limpopo just recently. 800,000, and this person is 60-year-old. So that should tell you that sometimes we lack financial skill irrespective of the age. Yes, there could be an 18-year-old who's smart and be able to do better things with their money, but we cannot leave that uh, we cannot leave that without at least helping them in case they become vulnerable, right, upon our death. So why I'm saying this is it's important, guys. Let's have estate planning. Let's sit down. Let's put measures in place. Let's think what blueprint can we put in place when we're still alive to ensure that our kids, when they get these inheritances, they can still continue to have a better life. What can I consider? It could be things where you consider things like trust. You identify professionals with ethics and competence and skills that can look after these people like us. We specialize in managing people's money in terms of advisory, estate planning, retirement planning, financial planning, and tax planning. We understand the private wealth space. So you can consider people like us. You can consider other people, professionals in that space, where they can help, and you build a team. There's no small money. As long as it's a it's a money that needs to be managed, please consider engaging people that can help your kids to preserve this money, so that this money can be multiplied, and then they're able to look after themselves, even including their kids. I just feel like we need to have more and more conversations of this nature, so that we don't render and then squander the money that we inherit from our parents. You're more than welcome to share with me the stories you have seen, you experienced, or for that matter, you need to tell me with me, if you were to get R1,000,000 right now, what would you be doing if you were to get R1,000,000 right now? I would love to know that comment. Thank you so much.